Oh, Canada. Um, so Foodie Beauty in all of her defiant glory decided she needed to ditch Canada. God damn, girl. Um, at this point, she is putting her stalking arc with Koki in a whole different level. Like what she's doing to Salah is fucking crazy. You guys. So she's now doxed his country because she was so insistent that she had to be there. Right? You gotta be there, girl. Well, so she has arrived in Syria and is making it sound like a great travel destination, you guys. She was looping a lot on this live stream, talking about a rooster being nearby. Um, we weren't even supposed to know what country he was in, but I guess that makes the most logical sense that he couldn't get to any other countries because it would take too long to actually get a visa. And having legal troubles in Kuwait might have prevented his ability to actually get a visa, whereas he could return to his homeland of Syria, despite the fact that he's lived his entire life in Kuwait. I believe, if I've heard correctly, allegedly, that he still has family there, so maybe he does have a support system. But he's already said that he can't, he doesn't believe she'll make it more than a week, and that he can see missiles fly in the sky through his window. Okay, so if you know the geography of the region, I believe Syria is just north of Israel and the Gaza Strip. I believe so. It's in between there and Turkey. And they recently had an overthrow of the government. The people who overthrew the government were deemed a terrorist organization by the US, at least, probably by all of the Western nations. And so there's a lot of instability. But even before that was going on, when the other dude was there, the other dictator, there was a lot of fighting going on in Syria because there were chemical attacks on just neighborhoods. Chemical attacks, Chantel. You could literally have chemicals dropped on your house at any time. But okay. ISIS has been there. They are also fighting on the northern border with the Turk. There's like two different groups fighting up by the Turkey border. She doesn't know shit about what she's getting herself into. And she's like, oh, yes, but there's olive trees all over the place. And what are you going to do? You don't own any cookware. Do you have cheesecloth even, or you know something that you could press the olives and make some olive oil? Are you going to look up ways to actually like culture these olives and pickle them? there's still serious warnings against being in Syria, that you could be kidnapped, you could be attacked at any time. Westerners are going to be targeted more so than anybody else. Now, of course, it would take several dudes to actually kidnap her because she's so fucking big, but I bet they do it. Why? Because she has an internet presence. And what better way to say fuck you to the Western world than grabbing that dumb bitch? We can't even, you guys. So Salah doesn't even want her there. Um, he's like, you'll make it about a week. And she's like, no, I'll make it a month at least. You think so, girl? You don't have air conditioning. The power grid is unstable. You were sweating your balls off in that live stream. And be like, no, it's wonderful. The temperature is so nice. So nice. Drip, 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 drip. Got a stain up in your hijab. Wow. Oh my God, girl. And the thing is, she's the cockroach, so you don't know if this is going to end her or not. But ultimately, her stupidity will catch up with her, you know? And I think that they are counting on Kuwaiti government not having an extradition agreement with Syria because Syria is still so unstable that they probably don't have agreements in place. That, like, they haven't even rebuilt their infrastructure, and that's going to take decades. She thinks that Burger King will probably move in like a couple of months. Girl, you're not going to see any Western businesses for decades. Not until they actually become a stable nation. There's no way that any Western businesses are going to want to be over there. That is hilarious, you guys. Um, I've seen, switching gears here for a second. I've seen that Xylee and Billy are still trying to act like what Xylee did on Sunday was a banger. There's a few React channels now that have been like, oh my God, why do you wake up every day and choose violence? What is wrong with you? What is happening in your lives that you are so sad? What is happening in your lives that you're so sad? Um, Sweet Tea, I'm not a fan, but you keep winning, girl. You just keep winning. Just ignore their bullshit. And Beans is gonna try and take you down at every moment because she's a petty bitch too who can't work with women. Period. End of story. They also have been dogpiling Nightmare again because they want him to be uncomfortable and working with Ultra. You too, Nerdy Nelly. Have a lovely day. Thank you for the well wishes. I appreciate that. That's very nice. Uh, Today is Take Out the Trash Tuesday. And there's a lot of trash to be taken out, you know? Um, I think Xylee needs to figure out that she has to become her own person and not try and emulate Billy's bully style. She's like, I've learned so much about entertainment from you. What exactly have you learned? What have you learned from Billy about entertainment? Have you learned to jump on the other shows and ask, not even ask, demand that the other hosts do ridiculous requests? Things that are borderline against TOS? Is that what you've learned? I don't know where she's trying to go with that, you know? So, we're going to, today's the 1st. It's O Canada Day. And our favorite Canadian dumpster fire is in Syria. Well, this will be interesting because today is the anniversary of um, the family reunion that FFG does every year, and she already had like a whole slew of retros planned for today. But with this breaking news, who knows how that might change how she responds. And I'm also eagerly awaiting Neo Tarot's next reading of Foodie because I can't believe she chased this bum all the way into a war zone, you guys. The place is destroyed and rebuilding. And she's like, yeah, but I'm a white girl. I'm a white girl. They're not going to come after me. Really? You're exactly the kind of person that they want to kidnap and use your platform to send messages. You're exactly that kind of person. Oh my God. So we'll see what happens today, you guys. Oh my God. I've been on the upswing. I'm walking a little bit better. I'm still limping, obviously. Um, and, but I have been a little bit more productive with doing chores and stuff. This is why I happen to have been up late the other night and caught a bit of Tech Talk because it's been hot. And we have a very stable power grid, but they tend to do rolling brownouts if they feel that there's too much emphasis on the power grid. And that means like don't use your appliances in the middle of the day, right? So I wait until it cools down. I start doing laundry. And that laundry often takes me into the middle of the night. I think, unless you can get out to like the beach and go swimming, and I don't know that I can do that yet. Um, because I'm not sure that I can. First of all, for those of you who live near the Pacific Ocean, you're going to know what I'm talking about. There is always like a dip in the sand right before you get out to where you can actually kind of swim around, right? The dip in the sand is generally where the waves hit. And I don't think my leg is strong enough to navigate both the dip and the oncoming waves at the same time. So I'm not, and I've been like thinking, what do I do with Sally? Do I try and tie her to something while I'm doing this? Like, I haven't quite figured this all out because not all beaches allow dogs either. But I don't necessarily want to take her to a dog beach because she barks at all the other dogs. She is, that is her trigger, and I really don't want to see her get, her bark is bigger than her bite. She doesn't bite. She really doesn't bite. But she talks a big game, kind of like Xylee. She talks a big game, and I'm afraid she's going to get attacked. And then what do I do? Like, I have to protect my baby girl, you know? So, Sally, um, maybe if I can go with my mom or something, I'll, then she can secure her. But I can't, like, I don't have the guts to actually go out and try the ocean just yet. But when I do, there's a beautiful beach that I was telling my mom about that I really want to go back to. That the water is so clear and it's a neighborhood beach. But because in California, there is no such thing as a private beach. That is illegal in California. So every beach has to have public access. This has been a point of contention for some homeowners. There's a pretty fucked up story of a dude who tried to prevent public access in Newport Back Bay, who is a big MAGA donor, you guys. I'm not even going to get into the Trump bullshit, but he's losing his mind again. We're, what, 5 months in? We're 5 months in, you guys. We are 5 months into this bullshit. You know, Americans, you gotta be fucking stupid to keep electing a dude who keeps tanking our economy, destroying our relationships with global leaders. And are you better now? He fumbled the pandemic. Are you better now? Have you lost any relatives over COVID? Have you lost any friends? Because I did. I lost people to COVID. Nobody's come back and told me about this medical misinformation video that's supposed to be getting put out on me. But don't believe whatever you like. You can't just believe every rando on the net. You know what I mean? That's just fucked up. Anywho, it's Take Out the Trash Tuesday. And it's Oh Canada. I might come back and do some stuff later. Let's see like how this shakes out. Most of her live stream, from what I saw on Milky's channel, she was looping. She really doesn't have much to tell us because she's ignorant and she doesn't leave the apartments. Wherever she goes, she's always going to be a shut-in. Period. So I guess she thinks that that will protect her by being a shut-in. Doesn't matter, girl. You could literally have your front door kicked in by armed military. Anywho, y'all have a great day, and let's see how it goes, shall we?